Anyway. My goodness. That's the kind of stuff that will make them take away camera access. That's how we lost camera access on the karaoke place, too. Because of things like that. Hi, Cuero. You're early. I hit a restart, but I wasn't on for very long because people like children. You're laughing with Newsom. Why did Newsom do something new I don't know about? Eggs on bikes. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd love to have conversations, do the things. I don't know. It's like we can't even talk about it anymore. It's wild. Wild, wild, wild. In the interim, in way as somebody who is a Coloradan, he's coming after the fraud lady again, saying that she should be released. So that's the thing that's happening. Oh, yeah, Peabody. I did see that, too. Or I heard about that from a podcast, I think. Newsom, what? Oh, the California Supreme Court about the redistricting. Yes. Yes, he did. Okay, Grizz, I'm glad you support your president. I've seen you in the box. I've been just waiting for those likes to get where they are, and they are there now, so I appreciate you being patient. How are you today?
Good.
Okay, how old are you?
27.
And what state did you vote in?
Florida.
All right, why are you still supporting Trump?
I like all the mass deportations he's doing
Why do immigrants bother you?
because they're a security threat. Illegal
How
immigrants.
so? In what way?
I just want to clarify.
Nope. In what way are they a security threat?
Because we don't know who they are. If
That's
they're
not
here.
true. That's not true.
How's that not true?
Because what immigrants are you talking about?
Illegal ones?
Oh, yeah, we know who they are.
How?
How do we come up with the numbers for them then?
The numbers might not even be accurate.
Oh, so now we just don't believe numbers that CBP and DHS gives us. Then.
All right, well, let's just do some critical thinking
Let's
here.
do some. No, let's not critical thinking. The critical thinking
You
would
don't
be
like
following.
critical?
The critical thinking would be following the facts, right? So statistically, who's the most often to commit crime?
American citizens.
Right. So why are we worried about immigrants then when they commit less crime than U.S. citizens do?
Because there was an illegal immigrant that just murdered a family of 3. Do you have a problem with
Yeah,
that?
what happened in that case? What happened?
Yeah. What happened? He made an
I know
illegal U-turn and
I
killed
agree.
a family of 3. Are you seriously justifying?
Nope, not justifying it. It's
Say it's
absolutely
bad.
awful. I know you're going to crash out now, babe. It's okay.
Say it's
No.
bad. Say
I
it's bad.
agree. I'm not justifying that, but his status has nothing to do with him making an illegal turn, right? He made an illegal turn regardless of his immigration status, and it's absolutely terrible. And he is now detained. He is going to be booked. He's going to be charged. He's going to spend time in jail in this country before we then deport him. His immigration status has nothing to do with his making of an illegal turn, right? U.S. citizens drive like assholes all the time. It's absolutely horrid what he did. I agree. Has nothing to do with his legal status.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Okay, would that wreck have happened if he wasn't allowed into the country illegally?
Maybe it would have happened with somebody else. You don't know that.
No, with him
You can't make
specifically.
that determination. With him specifically? Probably not. But he was also claiming asylum, so that's not...
Okay, do you think he should have received a CDL?
Yeah, he obviously went through the qualifications in California, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you think because apparently he can't even read English.
Where'd you see that?
Where'd I?
I'm watching a video of him in court. And
Yeah.
He's a translator.
He needs a translator.
You
in
and your
court.
buddies, yeah, translators make legal terms. I don't know if you know this, legal terms.
Why does he need a translator?
Because most people don't know legal terms. So it's actually a lot easier to translate the legal process in his native language than it will be to do so in English. That does not mean he didn't know how to read English to pass for his CDL. You would have to show me where he couldn't. Just because he has a
Dude,
translator in
Who
court,
needs a translator
court
to?
sucks. Don't know if you know this. Court sucks, and legalese is bullshit, right?
You justifying this is abhorrent.
What
You're
I'm not
sick.
justifying it.
Yes,
It's
you are.
absolutely horrid, but I'm not going to take this one guy making an illegal turn, even though he had a legal
not gonna do-
CDL.
oh.
I know you're going to crash out now, so we're going to talk about it to the chat. I'm not going to take this one person who did something absolutely awful and unalived a family and should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, as he will be, right? And I'm not going to take that and put that on all immigrants when I know statistically they commit less crime, right? He didn't go out of his way intentionally to hit these people. He made an illegal turn. He shouldn't have fucking done that. But he didn't intentionally go out to harm people. He didn't come in this country and say, I'm going to get a CDL and I'm going to go unalive a family of 3. That's not what happened. And so his legal status has nothing to do with the fact that he drove like an asshole. And I'm not going to use that to get rid of all immigrants in the country because of it, when I know that white men are the ones who commit the most crime in this country, and violent crime specifically. You guys just hate brown people. I don't get it.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, guest. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I did. I voted for Trump.
Okay. How old are you, and in what state did you vote in?
I'm 40 and I'm in Texas.
Okay. Why are you still supporting him?
Well, I don't really support him anymore, but I
What
do
changed?
support I do support the Republican Party more.
Sure.
And the
I
reason
would say
being-
that Republicans are not MAGA, so
no, not at all. I'm independent, by the way. I'm a Latino at that.
I'm independent
But
as well.
yeah, but the reason why I voted for Trump this
Mhm.
time around is because I just feel like Democrats they just lost me. Like, you know what I mean? Their messaging was horrible.
How?
They didn't have a very good candidate. You know what I mean?
How'd they
Like,
lose
it
you?
well,
Specifically, like what?
just the whole messaging, like, when Harris would come out and talking about her plans and all that,
Mhm.
it just wasn't making any sense. It just wasn't resonating with me. You know what I mean?
I understand it not resonating. That I can understand. Sometimes stump speeches are a little bit, they get boring. They get
Yeah.
eyes kind of glaze over. Trump is definitely a lot more, what's the word? I guess flamboyant, like out there, like a lot more entertaining than a typical Democratic candidate. That I can absolutely agree with. But I know that her policies were going to be more beneficial than what he's doing right now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Right now, like, I'm still not really leaning towards the Democrats because
Sure.
I just don't. They just as of right now, they don't have a message to win back my vote. Or a lot of my friends that are Latinos, the Latino community, they still don't support the Democrats because, all they talk about is Trump, Republicans, and Trump, and we don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We want to
I
hear
understand that. You want to hear a message that is what's going to push America forward and what's going to be beneficial for you,
Exactly.
your family, those around you. I totally understand that. The issue we're having is we have to talk about Trump every single day because he's the president right now and he is building
I know.
literally a fascist authoritarian movement.
Yeah, and I get it. We can talk about them all we want, and all that. But that's the thing is that it's not going to help them win. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
So
that's
do you vote in the midterms?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Because your state specifically just did a whole bunch of gerrymandering against you guys to try and get rid of the Latino and African American vote, right? So that's a big issue to me. So when it comes to me, it's not trying to get people to vote Democratic. Like I said, I'm an independent. I would rather you vote for somebody who's going to have better progressive ideals moving forward.
Uh-huh.
I don't really see that from any conservative candidate right now, especially in Texas.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's looking rough. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or
But I mean, his approval rating is crap, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
people are not
It
happy
is.
with what he's doing.
You know what? And I agree with you. It's crap. But again, Trump. He's already president, and we all know that he's not gonna run again. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy's too
Well,
old.
do we?
You know what I mean?
Do we?
So
Do we know that?
Well, there's just no way he's gonna run again. That's why I'm not
Have
gonna
you
vote
seen
for
his
him.
gift shop inside of the White House?
Nah, I haven't really been paying attention to
So
that.
he put a gift shop inside of the White House and it's selling Trump 2028 hats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gross. Like, and
I
he
don't know.
jokes, right?
Ma-
Because, like, he can't.
Maybe because he's just trolling, I guess. Because that guy is a really big troll.
But
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
want a
that.
president who trolls its own people.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. He's in office. Like, nobody's, like, saying, like, he's going to get out of office. What I'm saying is, I want you to think about the midterms because that's where we can kind of cut him off at the knees when it comes to policies. You actually will have a Congress who's willing to stand up and be that co-equal branch of government, willing to be that check that and balance that we need for him. Because Congress isn't doing that right now. They're just letting him do whatever he wants.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess, they are letting him do whatever he wants or whatnot. But, the only way we can stop that is Democrats really need to get on the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to win and if they want to, succeed, they got to change the messaging. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about what Newsom is doing right now?
I don't even know. I mean, that guy's in California. I'm not from California, so I really don't pay too much.
Understandable. But he is, since Texas is doing what they're doing, he is going to fight fire with fire and create a redistricting map, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's what he wants to do, all power to him. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not from California, so I really don't pay attention too much to California. You
were how old again?
I'm 40.
40. Okay. So what presidents did you vote for? Like, who'd you vote for in 2020?
In 2020, I honestly, I just felt like Biden was too old. You know what I mean?
But you voted Trump this time. Trump was older than Biden was when you voted.
Yeah. And like I said, what really got me was, I mean, we can't turn a blind eye and pretend we didn't see what happened in the Southern
He was an
War.
old man, just like Trump was an old man, right?
Yeah.
Like, did we have airports during the Revolutionary War?
No, we didn't. That's crazy.
No, but Trump said we
Well,
did.
I don't know. Maybe did we? I don't know.
No, but Trump said we
I'm not a
did.
historian.
Right? So I just don't take the hypocrisy of old man. Like, Biden was a fucking old man. So was Trump when he was an old man when you voted for him.
Yeah.
Who'd you vote for
Yeah.
who'd you vote for in 2016?
2016, man, I was still young. You know what I mean? I was like barely 30 years old, I want to say. Maybe not. I was like 20 something. I was, being typical dude. You know what I mean?
So did you vote or no?
No, I didn't. I didn't vote.
You didn't vote in 2016.
I did, but one thing I did hate. I didn't like the guy. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't like Trump in 2016 when he was running. You know what I mean? I didn't like the guy.
A lot of people don't like him, but even see, the problem I'm having is that what you're giving me is that the Democrats need better messaging, and I'm not saying that I disagree with that, but you're almost doing the same thing and saying that you didn't vote for policy, you voted against bad messaging. Like, that's not any better. You didn't vote for anything. What'd you vote for?
Well, I mean, I'm 40 years old. I'm a lot older now, so I pay more attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
I got a family. I work.
Mhm.
So I pay more attention to what's going on around our country and me myself, how I'm being affected. You know what I mean? Like, what I experienced under Biden and Harris administration. Yeah, we were in the COVID era, so the prices did go up. But
Worldwide.
I don't know. Like, to me, I just feel like they weren't doing enough to bring down the prices. You know what I mean?
Is that on them or on
Help with
Congress?
inflation or what?
Is that on them or on Congress?
I mean, it's their administration. You know what I mean?
Who makes the laws?
Who makes the laws?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be Congress, right?
Right.
But it wasn't so much about the laws. It's just the way the economy was being handled. You know
Right,
what I
but
mean?
how
I
do
just
we
felt-
affect the economy? How do we put, let's say, price caps on things or stop price gouging? How do we do that?
I don't know. I'm not an economist. Like,
We would have to put in caps and laws that make it so that companies can't raise their prices over inflation by a certain amount, right? So like if inflation is at a certain percentage, they can't raise their prices above that inflated amount. That would be legislation that would need to happen. That would have to go through Congress. And actually, he got a lot done, surprisingly, with a bipartisan Congress, like the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill. And there's a lot of stuff that he got done. The Chips and Science Act.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, all this stuff. Like, my thing is like, how did it benefit me or you? How did that stuff benefit you? Because I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? When they did the whole Build Back Better plan or whatever, Like, how did that benefit me? It really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Infrastructure, your state got
yeah, the
infrastructure
infrastructure
money to
bill.
help build with to build up the infrastructure. Like, yeah, it's going to take time. It's probably over a 10-year period because building infrastructure
Yeah.
takes a lot of time. When we're talking, but my issue again, Trump said he was going to lower grocery prices day one. Has he done that?
Yeah. No, I mean, but again, like you said, it takes time. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
Like,
no,
of
no,
course,
no.
like
Well,
we
like,
know it's not gonna happen right away.
right, but people didn't give Biden that time.
Yeah.
He literally, we were in a pandemic through 2 years of his 4-year presidency.
Hmm.
So how we didn't give him that time. We're gonna blame him for all this bullshit. And yet, when it comes to Trump promising all this stuff he's promising and not delivering on any of it,
Yeah.
we
Well,
don't blame
it's
him
not.
or his administration when he has a mandate, right? He said that himself. He won Congress. He has the House, he has the Senate, he has the executive branch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it, but I don't know. I
What kind of
mean,
internet do you have? Is it fiber?
nah, I got AT&T.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
company, but I just don't. I was asking if it's like fiber internet or.
No, no, no. I'm on my phone, but I got AT&T. It's been acting up kind of weird lately.
No, you're fine. It's not. I'm just asking because like the infrastructure bill helped put in fiber internet into these rural counties and rural states that didn't have it before. AT&T
Yeah.
has fiber. I know. It's a different kind of connection.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's stuff you might not see. I know what people wanted to see. They wanted to see lower prices in their wallet, but we did start to see that come down. We did start to see it come down.
Yeah, but to me, it just like it was a little too late. He should have been doing that way before.
He was doing it day one. He was doing it day one. It just is going to take. We were still in a global pandemic when he took office.
Gotcha.
We didn't even have the highest inflation in the world. The UK did.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I
I
don't
think we
know.
just have to think about those things when we're voting and not, we have to understand what our representatives, the people we vote for locally, what they're voting for. You can look up their voter rolls and see how they're voting.
Yeah.
They were price gouging bills that got put on the floor during Biden's administration. The Republicans voted them down every single time.
Yeah. So, let's put Republicans off to the side. Back to my question. So, like, my thing is like, what are Democrats doing to win back the vote? You know what I
I
mean?
don't think you care about that.
I mean, actually, I do care about it. I mean, what are they going to do? Like, what's the plan? You know what I mean? 'Cause
Who's your congressman?
it's what's his name? Ted Cruz.
That's your senator. Who's your congressman?
Oh, I don't even know who the Congress is. I don't really pay attention to Congress.
You don't know what your county is or your district that you're in?
No, I don't really pay attention to those.
You should. That's what I'm talking about. That's the legislative part that's a big deal. That is what I'm asking people of all parties to look at. That's where the big deal is. You need to find out what district you're in, what congressman or woman you have who is running for 2026, and how they have voted on things like the price gouging bill that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not
No,
about
you're
what
right.
I will worry as an independent who tends to vote Democratic. Do you vote Republican down ballot, even though you're not looking at the names?
No, not really. I mean, I look at some candidates. You know what I mean? But I don't.
You
know. I
voted
don't-
for Ted Cruz.
I did vote for Ted Cruz.
What's
You know what I
Ted
mean?
Cruz doing to help you? He's left twice during national emergencies or during weather emergencies.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's helping out and bringing out the truth of what's been going on during
what
the
truth?
southern during the when we had the whole immigrants coming to the U.S. and the
Yeah,
southern
what
border.
truth about immigrants?
I mean, just trying to put out the truth, like how they were being treated and where they were being put at, because they were honestly, I just feel like they were treated more worse than what Trump is doing to them right now.
How
Like-
so? Have you
Well,
seen what alligator Alcatraz
They literally had them in cages, like they were like in pretty
Trump
bad
also
shape.
had them in those same cages. You guys just fall for propaganda, and I don't understand it. Trump was splitting up families in his first term.
Families splitting up.
Families, yes, because he had you can look this up, he had a zero tolerance policy in his first term. He literally grabbed toddlers and breastfeeding children out of their mother's arms and split them up. There are still children that they have not located where they are.
Yeah, I think those were like all Obama's because that
Nope,
guy.
this was under Trump. Trump had the zero tolerance policy. Again, you can look this up. Look up Trump's zero tolerance immigration policy in his first term. You can look it up and find it. They were literally doing DNA testing on these children to make sure that these were their parents, but they ripped them from their arms first. That DNA testing got way too expensive to do, and it was ridiculous because most of them were related. So they stopped doing that. The court struck it down and told them they cannot no longer do that. We are seeing alligator Alcatraz where they are, their water source is the same as where their toilet is. They are not being treated well. Like, I don't see how they're being treated better.
Well, I'm not saying they're getting treated better, but they're kind of.
That is what you said, though. Masked men are taking people off of the streets without identifying themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
I think you're MAGA.
No, I'm independent. I'm a Latino. You know what I mean?
You can be independent and still be MAGA. Oh, yeah, and you're talking about immigration that you obviously don't know anything about as a Latino. That's surprising to me. That's
Well,
not,
I mean,
but
what I'm saying is that we did have a problem. We can't lie about it. You know, we can't turn a blind eye and pretend we
what
didn't
was
see
the
it happen.
problem?
Well, we had all these influx of illegal immigrants coming in from the southern border, and one thing that the media doesn't talk about, that they're not giving credit for, is that the unalivings that they've come down tremendously ever since Trump come in office.
No,
You know,
they
they're
were
not
going down
finding-
before that. No, they were
They're
going
not
down before
finding.
that.
They're not finding any more unalived children.
They were
unalived
going
women.
down before that.
No, ma'am.
Oh,
I live.
show
I
me your
live
source
close
then.
to
I would like
the
to see your
border.
source. Show me your
I mean,
source.
you got to go to the local news.
No,
because they
not
won't show
local
it.
news.
They
So
won't
we would
talk
do
about it.
national standards. We would do national standards because that's how we track crime in this country. Would be a lot better. Would be national
Yeah,
standards.
yeah, but they're not tracking what's going on in the southern border. You know what I mean? Because a lot of
Sure.
these
So then you would
coyotes-
have to show me
a
where
lot of
the
these-
correlation.
a
One, you'd
lot
have
of
to
these
show me.
coyotes, when they
Hold
bring
on.
them here,
You would have to show me increased crime specifically for the southern border, and you would have to show me that that crime is correlated with immigration specifically, or you can run because I muted you one time and you ran. You guys, you think I don't have mods? You think I don't have friends who can go to your profile even though I can't? They can. They find your reposts. They find what you post. You are not, you can be as independent as you want to be, but you are running cover for Trump every single time. They're being treated better now. Are you kidding me? They sent them to an El Salvadorian prison. Give me a break here. You guys keep open that screen for me. Share the live out if you haven't done your daily heartbeat. Please do so. Hi, Real American. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What would you like to talk about today?
So you said alligator Alcatraz, their water's coming from where their toiletry is, correct?
That is what I had read before from a journalist. Yeah, I'd have to find it again. Like
Yeah,
their
have
water
you
is
ever-
near their toilet. Not that it's coming. Like they're not drinking water from the toilet. Let's be clear on that. That's
Well,
not
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
they almost are, but have you ever seen the inside of a normal jail cell?
Yeah, I don't agree with those either.
Yeah, so they're just getting the same treatment as normal.
Yeah, that's not okay to me. That's inhumane
A
treatment.
normal American criminal.
That's inhumane treatment. It's not. Well,
Yeah,
they don't like
but it's
with the racks, the way that the bed racks are set up at Alligator Alcatraz, with the mugginess, with the bugs, they're getting
Same
eaten
thing at the
alive
county
by
jail.
bugs.
literally the same thing at the county jail.
You're getting eaten alive by bugs in the county jail?
Yeah,
Tell
I've
me
been
that.
there.
I don't care about your anecdotal experience.
And your non-anecdotal experience means that you don't know what you're talking about.
That's not how that works. It's cute though.
It is how that works, actually.
Well, yeah, well, when my brother went to county, he didn't say any of that. So now you're wrong. Now what do we do?
You don't have that experience. Your brother does. Is he here to discuss that?
But my brother said no. So,
Oh, you asked him if there was bugs.
yep, I did. You see how
Okay.
that works?
So whenever you break the law and you have your child in the car, what happens?
Depends on the crime that you're being accused of committing.
Yeah, so you're separated from your child.
No,
if
it
they take
depends
you
on the
to
crime you're being
So
accused
when they
of
take you
committing.
to custody,
It
when they take
depends
you
on
into
the crime
custody,
you're being accused of committing. If you get a traffic ticket, they don't take your kid from you. I don't know if you know that.
yeah, this isn't a traffic ticket though. It's
Okay, so
actually
then
a
be
federal
specific
crime.
about the crime, right?
Yeah, so what I said, if they detain you or they
Mhm.
take you into custody, they
I'm
remove
not in
your.
the mood for him today. I'm just not. My kids started school today. I'm just not in the mood. Yeah, they're not charged with anything yet. Detainment is not jail. Prison and jail are not the same. Oh, sorry, Adi. He annoys me. I don't like listening to his voice. It's not that I'm wrong. I just don't like listening to disingenuous arguments. I'm not asking for opinions. I'm asking for facts. Hi, guest. How are you today? Guest, how are you today? Okay. Right, he calls himself News. Yes, crossing the border twice becomes a crime. Congratulations, Ruben. You read 1325. Wow. Oh, Chris, I'm not shocked that J-Rez did that. That's who he is. I think he's blocked from mine. I can't remember. Or he just stopped showing up. Like, what is Trump doing that is so good that's helping you and helping the American people, right? What has Trump done right? Stay-at-home mom is all I needed to know. That means what? I am doing what you want. Republicans want women to be stay-at-home moms. I'm doing exactly what you want. The problem is you want me to shut the fuck up as I stay at home. But that's not going to happen. I'm literally a Republican's wet dream, and yet you guys still bitch and moan and complain. You guys want everything, and yet you're fucking miserable. I don't get it. Don't understand it. Yeah, they wanted the trad life. Trad life, trad wife. I'm right here. And you're crying. It's fine. You hate women. I understand it. No matter what he does, you're miserable. I'm not miserable. I have a very happy life. I'm also not a liberal. There's a difference between a liberal and a leftist. Don't know if you know that. It's my friendly Canadian friend.
Constructed stuff
Hi.
in, like lab
Hi.
settings, and so it's not.
Hold
really
on, something
big
started
out.
playing in my back. There we
Who's
go.
playing in the back?
I just wanted to come up to say something because I'm not even an American and I'm so tired of this. I swear to God, Mega, if you mention Biden in your arguments as to why you support Trump, you've lost. That is a losing move if you have to go back to Biden.
Don't give a fuck about that man. Let him unalive.
Let him unalive in peace. And if you say Biden in the comments, I might just mute you because I'm so freaking tired of it. All right, y'all? Anyway, the rest of you need to get to tapping. The shares are way too low. And don't forget, Monica's got her linky thingies in the place of the other spots.
I know. We have to talk so cryptic now.
It's so weird. Anyway, that's all. If you mention Biden, I'm going to mute you for at least 5 seconds because that's the most annoying mute a person can get. Have a good one.
Love you, Megan. Okay, guys. Somebody in the chat did say you're a stay-at-home mom, which means you're privileged if you can't see that. I am very privileged and I am aware of that. Yes. For lots of reasons. Being a stay-at-home mom is a fucking privilege. I'm not putting down, let's be clear, I am not putting down working mothers or working parents by any means, because capitalism is capitalisming and it forces you to have to fucking work. I understand that. I am in a privileged position where I have support from my family and support from my husband that I can stay home with my kids. I fully accept that I have that privilege, yes. I never talk about USAID. Let's talk about it. I absolutely can talk about USAID. What about it? I've literally talked about USAID multiple times this last week. What do you mean? 2 different people brought up USAID this last week. Because we had to talk about Elon and Starlink again. And there's the other comments. Your husband has such a burden of a wife. I know. I'm either a single cat lady or my husband's miserable. 15 years later, he's stuck in misery. Poor thing. Like, God. He likes my mouth. Seems you didn't take the invite. I never talk about USAID, but you didn't want to come up and talk about it. Shocker. Missouri. I didn't get the joke at first, Izzy. Damn. Izzy, watching you curse out the man who's probably on Medicare was great. I mean, you didn't curse him out. You threw his Bible in his face and you did all the things. And oh my God, I loved watching it.
What's up, Monica?
Hi. You like that? Did you guys talk to anybody else or just that guy?
Just that guy. I mean, we got to a couple of the connections that we made through Brett Cross. Specifically, Christina Delgado got us into Representative Christina Morales' office. And John, Hector, what was his last name?
Who?
Another one of the representatives. We were able to get into his office as well and like hang out with his chief of staff. So that was the majority of the people that we talked to. I tried to go see my representative, but his bitch ass wasn't in his office. So John Rosenthal. He was the short, bald white guy who was countering. Like he's the one who showed that the author of the bill didn't know what was in the bill.
Oh, I'm shocked.
But this man is the author of the bill. And he was like, hey, what about these statistics? What about this data? And he's like, I don't know about that. You'd have to ask the law firm who wrote this.
It's like James, what's his name? James Comer, the fucking committee head of the House, did that dumb shit too.
Yep.
Like, you guys don't read your fucking stuff? Cannot. They're very mad in the chat today, but they don't want to come up.
Not at all surprised.
And actually, I am surprised, though, because I thought they would want to come up and talk about the appeals court in New York, and so that I could tell them how they're wrong on that one, too. They don't want to.
Bless you. I have no idea what's going on in New York right now.
So, you know his fraud case in New York?
Mm-hmm.
He
definitely entered to a sentence.
The appeals court threw out the monetary judgment, so he doesn't have to pay the $500 million anymore. So originally people were like, see, he's winning. Like he's still convicted of fraud civilly. He just doesn't have to pay the judgment. Like, you guys don't understand how this works. They didn't throw out the verdict. They're not smart.
They're not.
But they don't read.
Well, I think
so.
part of that mindset is also because we live in a punitive system.
Yeah.
So, like, to a degree, I'm of two minds about this. To a degree, correct, he's still a felon. But what does that mean without any kind of penalty?
Right. Yeah, no, I get it. They're pulling the whole Eighth Amendment. It's like excessive. But
And that's the point. Like, I'm gonna assume that that's gonna be their mindset. It's like, yeah, so what? He's a felon. He had no penalty. So what does it matter?
yeah. Oh yeah. Of course they're gonna do that. Peabody, yes, I did see the Tina Peters story. He's been on that shit for months. I saw his truth about it this morning. I know they're threatening my state now to kind of like squeeze my state if we don't let her out. Like, the bitch committed electoral fraud. She's not fucking going anywhere.
And that's the thing. They don't recognize that means that Trump doesn't exist in the same universe we do, because not a single one of us, MAGA or on the left, regardless, not a single one of us is getting out of that without a penalty.
T-Bone, we just discussed this. Come talk about it. Yeah, she admitted to it too. Come talk about it. They didn't throw out the case. They threw out the monetary judgment. You guys are not smart. He is still civilly liable for fraud in New York.
No, he's criminally liable.
Oh, was it criminal?
That was a criminal case.
Criminal case.
He's done so many goddamn cases. I can't fucking keep track anymore.
He's civilly
Eugene is a
liable.
civil case.
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah.
jury. Yeah, that was his criminal case. You're right. Or no, that was wrong. That's
Both had juries.
Yeah.
The
I
34
was on the
counts are
Tina
still
Peters
felonies.
page. I
They're
was on the wrong
they're
page.
still criminal.
I was
If
on the
you were to
Tina
have a
Peters
back-
page, which was also criminal. So I was,
Yeah. If he were to get a background check ran on him, he would still have 34 counts of felony.
And that's my point. It's like,
no,
that's
this
the
isn't
thing
the
y'all need to
34
consider.
count felony case. This is his other one.
Oh, the one where he overestimated his properties.
Right, his Angoron case. Judge Angoron, the 500 million fraud case. So yeah, the civil case.
Yeah, no, that's the point that I would ask MAGA to recognize, is that, like, if that was them, if that was us, like, if that was like some random working class person, we wouldn't get out of a felony scot-free. Like, we would not be able to walk away without a penalty.
Cole, how are you today?
Welcome to my SoundCloud.
I don't know, that it sounded like it needed to get tuned a little bit. I don't know. That last note was a little iffy. See, now you guys are all doing the thing. Who did it hurt? Like, what do you mean who did it hurt? Like, why did it have to physically... Oh my God, Chris, that's so cute. Why does it have to hurt somebody specifically for it to be a crime? It's still a crime. Yeah, it hurt our economy. It shows he's a fucking con man. Shows he's a fraudster and a liar. Yeah, exactly. The case was just. The penalty was too high. And they can appeal that up if they want to.
If your net worth is $10 billion, I don't think that a $500 million fine is unjust.
This is where I think we need to adopt, like, Scandinavia has this program. It's a sliding scale fine system where the fine that you get for any given thing is proportional to the amount of income you have. Like, if you and I speed and you are a multimillionaire and I'm barely getting by, your fine will be a percentage of your income for X number of days. That's actually how they base their fines in certain parts of Scandinavia, because it makes it so that rich people can't just break the law because they can pay a fine that doesn't harm them. Like, that's the exact purpose of why they have sliding scale fines in Scandinavia. It's like, let's take my city. If I park my car in a no parking space, I'm going to get a $25 ticket. If I'm only making a couple $100 a week, that $25 ticket is going to harm me. But if, like, you're making six figures, this gives you license to park wherever you want, because the fuck do you care about $25? So that's why, like, places like Scandinavia have a switch to a sliding scale system where it's based on a day's wages. Like, how much money you make in a day, that's what we're going to find you in proportion of.
Where's that fucking story I just read about the amount of money he's acquired since becoming president? This was like yesterday, though, so it wasn't the...
That's why one of my favorite phrases of all time is, if the penalty for a crime is a fine, it is only illegal to be poor.
It's like all the, like, companies he's been investing and buying in as fucking president. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the bonds. He has bought more than $100 million in bonds while being president. Cool. Emoluments clause. Who? I miss her. Yeah, he's made money off of crypto. Yes, that's.
I'm both apprehensive and excited about a panel I'm going to be on tonight.
Ooh, where are you going?
Left Dress is giving us her space for civil servants to, like, be fucking real about the state of civil servants right now, because, like, I've been trying to be more open about it because I live in a nightmare existence and it's bleeding over into my not work life. Like, I'm trying to tackle two bulls at the same time with this. One, shining a light onto what, like, the emotional state of civil servants are in this country right now, and also because I'm a man, it's very important to talk about not being okay, because this is how the patriarchy hurts men. We're taught not to admit when we're not okay.
You're right. I agree. And I want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. You need to be. So I think that that'll be a good place for you to be tonight, just to kind of air some stuff out. I think that'll be good. How are you today?
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I really just want to get really educated because this is going to be my first year voting, because as I just turned 22, and, like, people really, like, you know how the internet is. A lot of people hate on me because, like, I say I'm not politically sound or whatever.
You're 22?
Yes.
You could have voted last year. You didn't?
But that's what I'm saying. No, I didn't, because I was so uneducated. I didn't
What state are you in?
I'm in Arizona.
Okay, so for the midterms, you're planning to vote?
Yes, ma'am.
What candidates are you looking at in Arizona?
I haven't really looked. I just really wanted
Like,
to.
who's your congressperson right now? Do you know?
I think it's what's her name? I think it was him, but I know definitely our governor. I think is Ducey.
Let me see. I have to look it up. Unfortunately, I don't know. You
That's
guys,
it.
you have
that's
Katie
what-
Hobbs.
Yeah, and that's her name. Yeah.
Katie Hobbs is your governor. So let's see. Let's look up your senators. You have Ruben Gallego or Mark Kelly.
Yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Gallego and stuff, and how, like, he's promising to immigrants that, like, if they turn themselves in, they'll be able to come back, which I obviously don't believe in. You know, because if that was the case, why?
I don't know that I've seen Gallego say that. I know I've seen the Trump administration say something similar, which is if you choose to leave, that you get better citizenship coming back, but I don't see where they're implementing that.
Okay, so when you voted for Kamala, right?
I voted for Kamala. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so what were some things about Kamala that you liked to pick her over Trump. Not saying Trump's wrong, Trump's right, because I really, like I said, I don't know, because how I am, I'm a black man, and so yes, I want to start caring, but it's like it hasn't personally affected me or my family. So it's just been one of those things, you know?
Right. And my thing is as somebody who is, although I am a woman, so it affects me differently, and I'm part of the LGBTQ, it affects me differently. I still don't get I don't get affected first when it comes to policies. So I understand what you're saying about personally, but that's why I vote for other people. I need to stand up and vote for the less marginalized. When it comes to Kamala's policies, right, she had a lot of policies to help with first-time home buyers. She was going to have a lot of better economic policies and pushing for more rights for people. And that's just where I knew was going to be a better option versus Trump's tax plan that harms the middle and lower class.
Okay. So yeah, I already knew Trump was on BS and whatever he's doing, because mainly what it seems to me, Trump is really trying to like make it an even playing field, but try to take away stuff that was granted to us before. Like just like so there's this thing, I don't know if it's where you live, but in Arizona there's a thing called Job Corps, and it's where you could go stay there and learn how to an engineer, whatever you need.
Job Corps is national.
Yeah, so you learn. And then so I heard like he was trying to stop it. So some people were like actually kicked out of their dorms. Some people were actually like forced out of the school. So that's one of the things where I was like, wow, like what if this was me? And it could have really affected me at this time because I was doing it. So that's what enlightened me to like want to learn, because what if that was me? What if I was there? And what if I was kicked out? What if I didn't have nowhere to go, you know?
Right. He did. There is a judge that blocked it right now, but yes, he definitely did do that. Oh yeah, did you have something you would like to say, my friend?
Hi.
Hi.
I just didn't want anybody, because I saw somebody comment in the chat, like, why are we talking to a black person and neither one of us? And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. No,
That's fair.
she can talk to, yeah.
Well, and I would not speak on
Um,
his experience as a black man. I would never do that. So,
yeah. It definitely did affect you. Um, the fact that, he's doing what he's doing now. The immigration part might not affect you, but guess what affects you? He rescinded the 1964 Civil Rights Act. So you no longer have federal protection. Segregation can come back. And also, if your employer says, I don't like you because you're black, I'm going to fire you, you can't sue for it anymore.
Okay, so see that I didn't know about. So I really appreciate you for letting me know that. And you're, what is it, Oya, right? You're a black woman, right?
hmm
Okay, so were you also going to vote for Kamala, or how were you looking at that?
Well, I did. I did vote for her all the way from overseas. So I really implore you to vote. It's kind of weird as a black person or a black man at that. I don't know what you identify as. You identify as a man?
Yes, black male.
Okay. So it's kind of weird because, our grandparents were the first to have rights to vote, federal protection rights to vote. Before that, they didn't have federal protection rights to vote, and they fought hard for that. People unalive for that. So it's kind of weird to like not take voting very seriously because literal people unalive for our federal protection to like vote.
Yeah, I 100% get that. That's why I was saying I was trying to get more into it, because, and then it's like I don't want to say it's pressure from outside people, but it is, and I understand it because it's frustration, and I even understand like people are very sound, even especially with the rail and Palestine. I don't know if I can say that on here, so I just chopped it up. So the rail Palestine situation, which I even don't even get that. Like I don't even know why that's even going on. So that's why I've never said anything on social media, because either way you go about it, somebody's gonna say you're wrong about it, even though it really doesn't affect us. But at the same time, the people out there, it's really
Oh
bad.
no, it does. It does. So see, like you just said that doesn't affect you, right? Like, was he talking about the EpiPen situation? I couldn't get the code that he is speaking of.
Palestine and Raleigh.
Oh, no,
like
that does affect you. Oh, go ahead.
Palestine and Israel. Well, I was just going to bring up, didn't he just send troops to off the coast of Venezuela? I think he did.
Exactly.
So we're now sending our armed uniformed officers to other countries. Why?
Well, I'm not an officer.
even on the topic that the guest is bringing up, he passed an EO right after BB visited that banned FEMA from doing business and cancel all contracts with any company that is boycotting Israel because they don't agree with the war. So, like, we're apparently at a federal level no longer allowed to do business with businesses that have a moral opposition to the war in the Middle East.
Also, federal contractors who were contracted out to, I guess, pool secure. I don't know what they're called. I'm pretty sure Crow knows what they're called, but they're over there.
You're talking about PMCs, but paramilitary contractors.
Yeah, they're over there like pulling weapons on people who want to get food. At the end of the day, you can say like most of these things don't affect you, but they affect other people as well. So like you don't know this, but I'm an active duty service member. So you voted against me, and I'm black. I mean, you didn't vote, but like it affects us as a whole because there's black people in the military, there's black people in all types of life, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100% get that, because that's why I was saying, like, there were certain things that I looked at and I was like, oh wow, I'm just wasting my vote when there's actually people who need it. And I understand why it also hurts you guys a lot too, because like I always hear that women really get it the hardest, and they do, because like there was like this story like a month ago or two that really got me into like looking at the whole my body my choice thing. It was like this black woman, and everybody was saying they were using her as an incubator, and I was trying to even research that, and I couldn't even really understand that, because like why is it
Oh,
that
that
way?
real life happened.
Yeah,
And black women have the highest mortality rate for childbirth. I almost unalived in a military hospital while having a kid. So like, yeah, when you should really educate yourself and like keep following creators like Monica, uh, Crow, and I can't even think of anybody. There's a lot of creators out there. Follow those
Mhm.
creators because they have discords if you subscribe to them, and they put out great information.
Yeah, and that's why I would urge you, like I was before, to make sure you're looking at you're pretty covered because you have a good governor, you've got good senators, but when it comes to like your representative, you need to find out who your like what district you're in. Yeah, Adorna is great, Hector's great. If you guys want information,
Oh shit.
those are great creators. But find out who your congressperson is in your district for your state. Find out who that is. See what they voted on. You can look that up. See what they voted, how they voted, what bills they proposed. A lot of them have Twitter now. You can see what they're writing on Twitter and where they're going. And I would urge you to look at that so that when 2026 comes up, to see who you're voting for.
It's fine. I'll be the one to say it. Also, follow Ari. Like, Chad, why do you not follow Ari? Follow Ari. Everybody forgot. Ari, I want you to write down. Everybody forgot.
I'm mad.
you
I
except
forgot the
for
black
Crow.
creator.
Everybody forgot you except Crow. Remember this, Ari.
I didn't forget her. I was
When you do your countdown, remember I remembered you.
I was trying to give communities that might be better spoken than him listening to me as a white woman. That's all I was trying to do. Because I can't speak to experiences that I will never understand or experience.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too, because like I said, it was a black woman who really brought me into like actually understanding like y'all women. So, like some of this stuff is really like crazy, like especially with that situation. And then it's a situation you're trying to understand, but as a man, you don't, because it's like I don't have to deal with that. You know?
And so this was my thing, and I was talking about this before you came up. I mentioned I'm a civil servant. My actual job is I administer social programs for a living. So like SNAP, WIC, HUD, Medicaid, all that stuff. That's my job. So like I deal with people's nightmares for a living. So like when I went to vote, I wasn't voting for like what benefited me, because I have a decent stock portfolio. I have my own house. It would have been actually very easy for me to be like, I'm going to vote for the dude that's going to make my home values go up, potentially make my portfolio rise, make it so I can buy more stocks in the dip, like all that shit. It would have been very easy for me to do that. But I felt like I would be doing a disservice to the 1,500 households that rely on me to eat and see doctors. And if I'm going to vote against my own clients, I should quit my job, to put it very flatly. Like if at any point I find myself putting myself before the people that I serve, I don't deserve to serve them. because I hear those phone calls. I have to take the phone calls of the mother crying because she has no food in her fridge and she doesn't know how her kids are going to eat. The grandmother that's like, I have a chronic illness and I can't see my doctor. Like, these are the things I just deal with every day as part of my job. And voting against them is not something I could ever accept.
Yeah, so I think just do that. Like I said, look into your congressman, look into those creators we mentioned, and I appreciate that you want to educate yourself and keep doing those things, because that's what you need to be doing.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna follow you and send you those creators.
Okay, yeah, that would be very much appreciated. I just wanted to like really understand shit. And then I had another question. So, you told me about Kamala. So, and the Trump thing. Like, so is Trump like he's doing like a big thing with immigration? Like, that's like his number one thing right now, right?
Right.
So, what evidence does he have that's saying that criminals are immigrants, or is he just not want them here?
He's just saying it.
So he just doesn't want immigrants here.
It's a good, if you look at history, throughout all of history, whether it's United States history or world history, it is a lot easier to fearmonger about a group of people. We have done this over the course of our history in the US, right? It started with fear-mongering about the indigenous as we colonized them. It moved to fear-mongering about Black people, but Black men in specifically as they enslaved them. We moved to, after 9/11, we did heavily on fear-mongering about the Muslim people. We've done immigrants in general for a long time. It's very specifically hardened now.
The fancy term for it is called folk devils. They create folk devils to give their base something to rally around, where they can go, look, it's not your fault that you're in this situation. It's this other group's fault. And they've
As
been
they
doing
steal
it
from you.
every year. Yeah, because like Lyndon B. Johnson once said, notoriously, if you can convince the poorest white man that he's better than the richest black man, you can pick his pocket for years. Hell, you don't even need to do that. He'll give you his wallet himself.
Okay, yeah, I get that. So, is there anything else like you guys like not like about Trump? Like that's been his like number one thing that he's been doing that you're like, okay, there's no way anybody should be getting behind this.
For me, it's his big, beautiful bill that he put in his tax policy that's going to have millions losing their health care. I have a huge problem with that, so that he could give tax cuts to the rich.
Okay, and is that people who are paying for their insurance, or is this people who are like somehow getting like a reduced or free insurance?
So Medicaid and Medicare would be state.
These are my clients.
Yeah,
These are my clients.
this would be state-given health care, but these are people who need their health care.
Okay, and he's trying to stop that because he's trying to use the money for elsewhere.
Right.
What it comes down to is when there's some clauses in the budget rules that say that if you're increasing money in one place, you have to bring it from another place, and he's going after social programs to recoup some of the losses that he's made in insane policies like funding ICE more than the U.S. Marine Corps. And it's going to negatively impact my clients, and these are clients that like this is how they stay alive. Like, to put it very flatly, this is how they stay alive. Whether it's the SNAP benefits that they need, whether it's the Medicaid they need, whether it's the HUD they need, this is how my clients exist. And he's doing it by claiming widespread fraud that even our own Government Accountability Office and an Office of Inspector in general reports show isn't common. And when it does occur, it's typically not on the client side, it's on the provider side or a third party side.
Okay, that makes sense.
For me, it's immigration because the United States, over 7% of the United States immigration population joins the U.S. military and goes on to serve honorably. Less than 1% of the population who are citizens join the military and go on to serve honorably. And then it's kicking out trans service members, and then the Air Force not giving them what they're owed for 15 and 18 years of service is disrespect to veterans,
And that's a
past and
double
current.
that's a double cost to us, because not only are you dishonoring their service, but you're wasting billions of dollars in training costs.
It's how he logistically fucked the military. I work logistics, and right now the military is logistically fucked because he moved a whole bunch of shit around, and he shouldn't have done that. He should have left it like it was, but whatever. It's a whole lot for me. I mean,
You figure
yeah.
some of those trained service members are like higher enlisted officers, which means they've been in the military for like a decade plus at this point. And it costs millions of dollars to train troops. You can't just like, if you get rid of, say, a staff sergeant, you can't just like replace him, because sure, you can push people up through the ranks, but that means there's an open spot at the bottom, which means rather than maintaining that person you've had in for over 10 years, you now get to start fresh with a private down at the bottom, which is just a waste of that funds. Like, it's just literally wasting taxpayer dollars for an arbitrary reason. And that's not even going into part 2 of this, which is, and Oya will back me up on this. Anytime you give soldiers an escape hatch, they will take it. We saw this with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We saw this during C-19. If you give troops an escape hatch that they can exploit, you will see a loss of service members who don't even meet the criteria, but will absolutely claim they do just to use it as an escape hatch.
Right now, I have a packet on my desk that says one of my troops is experiencing gender dysphoria. This straight, cis, hetero, white male that has been straight, cis, whatever, since the beginning of time as in 11 Bravo is now experiencing gender dysphoria. And I'm like, does his wife know this? Does he need help?
This is escape. Like I said,
Trying
the
to get
escape
out.
hatch. Shoot, there was a whole trope about people using the escape hatch in Vietnam. It was or Korea, because we have a whole character whose entire concept is he's trying to use the escape hatch, and that's Klinger from MASH. Like, this is a known thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any more questions or anything you want to ask, Duh?
Really, that was all, because for me, I was very basic on it. Like if I was to vote last year, I would have obviously probably voted for Kamala. But the thing about it is, just like Trump, he's just not respectful. Like, if he just like talk with a little bit of respect, like, it would be cool. Like, he disrespects everybody. Like, it's like and it feels like comedy to me. Like, he doesn't feel like a president. It feels like he just comes out there to tell, like, he's Dave Chappelle or something, come say some funny stuff, and that's how I'm gonna give my vote, because we're all white men and we're powerful and we just disrespect women all day and every other.
I agree with you. You're right. I am going to drop you down. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Real quick, though. Her name is Kamala. Can you say comma and then la?
Is that why everybody's dang?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm seeing it now. They roasted me. All right, for sure. Yeah, I
I
apologize.
also need to correct chat.
All right, thank you.
Please,
You're welcome.
please do not blame LGBT people for their own oppression. And you're gonna go, what do you mean? When you say somebody is acting in a certain way because they're closeted, you are blaming LGBT people for their own oppression. Do not do that. Be better. Like, because I saw somebody in chat go, well, that general's probably in the closet. Don't do that. You're blaming LGBT people. You're blaming LGBT people for their own oppression. Then.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope that was good information. It's hard because we need to be clear and we need to say her name correctly. I know that we get really triggered because a lot of the times we talk to MAGA who like to come up and purposefully say her name wrong, right? To be racist, to be xenophobic, to be disgusting. We know that. I have listened to a lot of Gen X and a lot of boomers who did vote for her and still say her fucking name wrong. And, I try to correct that when I hear it, but it's like
I want to do a quick part 2 because I was taking a drink. The second part of that, along with blaming people for their own oppression, when you do that, you're giving permission for MAGA to be bigots, because now they can sit there and go, see, you use gay as an insult. Why can't I?
Yep. You guys are doing the same thing. You're doing homophobia, you're doing misogyny, you're doing all the same things by using that as an insult to them, because you know it'll hurt them because they are homophobic, but that doesn't make it any better. It's the same conversation I feel like that I had when it came to Governor Abbott. I hate him. He's a horrible fucking person. Does not mean we can be ableist. And I love Jasmine Crockett, but when that happened, I said, no. Are we better or are we not? We have to be clear about that. We can be petty and we can talk shit.
Because you gotta remember, when you say stuff in a chat or in a panel, like right now, there's 175 people in this room. When you use gay as an insult or say somebody's in the closet, there could be somebody in the chat right now that is in the closet. And what you've done is you've painted it as a negative thing.
Something you're hiding, something you're ashamed of.
Something that should be hidden. Like, you're painting it as something that should be hidden, something to be ashamed of, and that's not what you should be doing.
Exactly. Hold grudges, but be right. Let's not do the things. Let's not do homophobia. Let's not do misogyny. Let's not do ableism to get our point across. It's not an excuse just because they're terrible people to do it. That's just giving yourself an excuse to also do the bad thing. Don't do that.
You've all heard me say when they go low, do not go high, kick them in the fucking teeth because they made it easier. That does not include doing the isms.
Oh yeah, you were trying to say something?
I just wanted to make Crow laugh. Our Secretary of Defense failed a PT test. And he's prior service.
You were laughing, so I didn't hear what he spelled wrong.
He failed a PT test. He couldn't do.
Oh, he failed the PT test.
Is that the video of him trying to do the like chin-ups?
Yes, even I can do chin-ups better
I
than
can't,
him.
but I'm also not the Secretary of Defense who beats down on women serving. So I mean, but
oh my god!
I mean, somebody else pointed something else in chat that I always think about, and I've heard people call it out before. You ever notice that it's Obama, it's Biden, it's Trump, it's Clinton, but inversely it's Kamala and Hillary. Hillary makes a little Hillary. I understood because there's two clans, but just like we have Bush and we also have W, whatever.
True.
We have two different names for the two of them.
True.
But Harris, we call Kamala, even though we call every other president by their last name, and we don't have another president.
Audie, I saw you post about that. Let's give Audie her credit. You're right. Cause yeah, it's misogyny.
I'm sorry. The female naval sailor that was next to him doing the correct form and the correct form of push-ups. Hats off to her. I don't know what her rank or name is, but hats off to her. I didn't expect RFK to beat him either in chin-ups.
I got some audio neurospice, so I say certain names and words rather than the variants because they feel better in my brain. They release endorphins, and Kamala I like the up and down of the name, and it makes my
it's
brain
very
feel
nice on the tongue. I can agree with that. Let's see. Probably hit a restart here. I'm gonna look it up. Tiny on a bike.
Meanwhile, currently in my head, because I mentioned the song earlier, now it's been stuck on a loop for the last 3 hours, is there's only 104 days of summer vacation in school. The Phineas and Ferb song has been on a loop in my head for 3 hours.
As my kids just started school today.
School comes along just to end it.
I hate the first day of school though, because it's everybody uses that front parking lot where I take my kids, and it's it drops off, they go away, but it's really annoying.
So we're fortunate. Now that the boy is in middle school and my daughter's in high school, we're at a point where they can just walk to school because it's a couple blocks from the house. When he was in elementary school, they required parental drop off, but now middle school is nah, the kids can just show up. So Randy will walk them down halfway just to make sure that they're not getting into mischief, and then they can fuck off.
That's fair. Mine aren't old enough for that. They get escorted in. all the videos of it are edited, and they barely show Hegseth because that's how bad it was. She was fucking killing it though. Damn.
Oh yeah, which one of us, me or Monica?
Monica.
I have two. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
I need to add them to the list. I
skincare
have your
are you
address, so I
using?
can just
I have a filter on. Let's be clear
So-
that the face is not facing.
Two birds may appear at your house because I have a thing that I've decided I'm doing. I am sending all of the children of TikTok that I have addresses for little crows.
Oh, that's so cute.
We're good over
And
here.
I
We have chickens.
I have your address because you bought things from my shop.
It's true. Crow could dox me. So me and Crow can never fall out.
That's why I always make jokes. People are like, I don't know if I should give you my address. I'm like, do you understand how many TikTok creators addresses I have because they all own my merch?
Crow's that's fine. Really. Not Fox saying it was an impressive pull-up challenge.
Well, now I'm shipping that to my mom's house.
But no, I found a source where I could get like little plush crows for like $7 a piece. So like I've been slowly like just making little stuffed plush crows appear in people's boxes for their kids.
Little surprises.
They're not real crows. Okay, thank God. Fuck.
Just sending
No,
out
they're just little plush crows, little adorable plush crows. The first two recipients so far were Frankie, which is Mo's daughter, and Ava, Amanda's daughter has one, and I already have an order going for Bubba, which is Maddie's kid.
Aw.
And then Michaela demanded one, which is Jess's daughter. She's like, wait, are you saying I don't get a crow just because
Yeah,
I'm
now
17?
you're like
I'm
sitting here
I-
writing down a list of like, oh my
I
gosh.
do. I have a
Backward.
list in my head. I have a list in my head. And like Michaela was like, "Wait, what? I don't get a crow because I'm 17." I'm like, "Michaela, I will absolutely send you a crow."
But do you call them a murder? Murder of ghosts. I just think of Schitt's Creek
It's the
again.
thing. What's that phrase? Joy is an act of resistance, and like I know that kids get excited for any little thing. So like knowing that I'm sending a kid this thing and it's gonna make them excited, it helps my brain.
I was gonna say, let's see if I can find it now. That was so that was on this last Saturday. We went and cleaned up beaver dams. So we went and volunteered with Parks and Rec and with the Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance, and we went to clean out some of the beaver dams because they like to collect trash. We found out. Didn't know that. So that's something we did, and then we got to see like they brought their bull snake, boreal toads, and box turtle, so we could come do their little ambassador thing. That was really fun.
Amanda and I have different, or Monica and I have very different things we do with the kids. Like my plan for the next outing is Saturday. My son doesn't like to leave the house. I get it. I was like him. So for Randia, our daughter, and I, we're gonna go be big bags at the fair.
I will do that too. Turkey leg, funnel
Half
cake.
of our outings is me just looking at them and going, "Y'all want to go be big bags?"
Yeah, that's half of our outings too. But we just decided we were gonna
Food's my love
volunteer.
language. Food and sarcasm are my love language.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. All right, we're gonna hit a restart. I will be right back. Oya, thank you. You're welcome anytime. Crow, of course, you know you're welcome here because you could dox me, so you have a one up on me. No, I'm just kidding. But you're also still welcome anytime, and we will be back like 30 seconds probably.
Alrighty.